everybody, it's Ronnie with Running Stitches. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. This is going to be both an update about the princess and the rest of the year and the plans, but also a little bit of ranting and venting because I am so stressed about next week. And at the end of next week, I'll probably post another update and tell you if things were actually okay. Yeah, so Whip Go was numbers 14 and 19. Both were fulfilled. And that part's great. It's perfect. I'm right on time and I'm right on schedule. I think I have one row complete, fully complete. Also, I'm leaving for work in less than an hour, so my hair is like this. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay there for long. At the beginning of September, we're going to be losing more than half of our staff. And I worked at that place when there were 4 people before, and it was practically impossible. And now we're gonna have 3 people left, including me, and it's just gonna get so much worse. So I'm looking for a new job. And that is what the renting and venting is going to be about. So far in July, I'm filming this on the 22nd. So as of the 22nd, I did 11,439 stitches. And overall in the princess mural, we are at 87,524 and 51.37%. Let me just close this because I'm going to need this for work. Okay, this is what she looks like now, and it's going to be a little hard to figure it out just by this, but I also have her palace, which I'm just gonna tell you, it's Jasmine. Doesn't really look like Jasmine. I don't know what they did with the hair, but it looks considerably longer this way. Yes, I'm in the middle of a diagonal, and no, I'm not gonna be able to finish it today at all. So today is the eve of a fast. So tomorrow, everybody's supposed to be fasting, and I'm working tomorrow too. I myself am not fasting. It's a choice in Judaism. No, we don't have to fast if you don't want to. I don't do that. But I am working tomorrow because unlike other fasts like Yom Kippur, we are working. All the stores are open, so I'm gonna have to work really hard on it. And also that is why I will not be finishing the diagonal today or tomorrow. But because today is the eve of a fast, we are closing 2 hours early, meaning I have to come to work an hour and a half early, which is why I'm leaving in less than an hour. Yeah, but since I can't really stay in that job after September, after everybody leaves, I am looking for a new job. And next week is just going to be literally starting on Sunday. Private lesson that I'm giving somebody. Work. 2 interviews. Work. I usually only have social battery for one thing. And on Sundays, that thing is usually a therapy appointment. So Sunday is going to be rough. Tuesday is going to be rough because I'm going to have to get on oh god, so many buses. I hate buses. And it's basically going to be one continuous day of just being outside all day. My manager's just asked for work schedule for the next week. He always forgets, and I always remind him by sending him my schedule for the next week. That's funny, but yeah, my week is going to be extremely busy starting Sunday, and I am so stressed. I'm not good at this. I don't make the best first impression. Um, you can look at my views from my first video to this video. They're just like, just, and even then, they weren't like in the thousands or even in the hundreds. It was, I think they haven't even, like the first one hasn't even made it to 200, and it was late January 2025, and the views just tanked from there, up to the point where last summer I had a 20 something viewed video, like 20 something views on a video, and I was so excited because I was finally on double digits again. So yeah, not great, not great. Um, yeah, that's just, it's not great. But on the bright side, um, I might find a new job somewhere where I'll be able to stick around. Something that is not a during slash post high school work, like before the army. Um, because literally everybody other than me are in their like late teens or early 20s, and it's like either during high school or between high school and a service or after the service and before university, and I'm right here after high school, after service, after university, and I'm still here in like something people do for like a few months, and I've been here for over a year. So yeah, not great, not great. Um, yeah, but we did go shopping yesterday as like a family, and I went to this like container place, and I got two of these for my thrift stash. They should be the same size as the original box, so yay. Like a little writing over here, and yeah, two of them. So over the weekend, I will probably try to relax myself and by organizing these. I am seriously looking at like even today and tomorrow because work stresses me out. I'm looking at like a week and a half, a whole week and a half of just nonstop stress, either work or getting a new job, like either my current job or getting a new job, and I don't do well with stress. I really don't, like at all, ever. And it actually terrifies me a little bit to be on buses all day. I hate buses. I really do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'll probably bring this with me and just like try to write or something to calm myself down. Maybe I'll get, ignore the threads. These, listen to some music or listen to an audiobook or like something. But honestly, even if I do listen to an audiobook, I'm gonna be so stressed out that I won't even like register what's being said. It's that bad. On when I was in university, I needed to take one bus to campus, and at first it was really stressful, yes, but over time I got used to the hours, I got used to the people, and I was able to just take my phone and read like ebooks on the way there, and I would get through like a couple chapters per ride, and then again on the way back. And I told my family about the interviews, and they're asking about them. more details. Um, but yeah, I have one, well, actually right about now, around this time of day. And then another one like 3 hours later. So I'm gonna have to grab a bus from that one place to the other place, possibly two, and I'm gonna have to find somewhere to eat lunch in there because it's like right between there. Um, grab two buses to that first interview, grab at least one bus to the next interview, find somewhere to eat lunch beforehand, or like between the interview appointments. And then after the interview appointment, just probably also two buses back home, which it is hot. It is summer. It's like if you're living in the UK, it's essentially the same temperatures as that heat wave that I don't actually know if you guys are still suffering from, but it's like it's consistent here. It just does not stop for like 2 whole months. It's like 35 degrees. The coldest we had was 32 since the beginning of July. So not great, especially being outside. It is not at all ideal. It's not even good. I'm gonna have to bring like 2 bottles of water because this thing will not be enough, like at all. Um, and usually I work 2 days a week, but for the rest of the month, we are 2 employees short because one is working in another um, branch for like 2 weeks till the end of the month. The other one is only returning from somewhere abroad in the beginning of August. So all of us are having to make up for those lost shifts, and we're all basically working an extra shift a week. So I usually work 2, now I work 3, and there's no way I can ask him for like 2 shifts. There's a really good chance I'm gonna call in sick either Wednesday or Thursday, but maybe even Monday. But we're doing this. Like he's gonna write me for like those 3 days, and it is going to be hell. And literally the only time off I'm gonna have between now and next Thursday is this weekend. It's this Friday, this Saturday. That is it. And that is what freaks me out because I stitch not just for progress, I only stitch to wind down and relax and de-stress. And I'm not gonna have nearly enough time for this. Usually I get like 2.5 hours before I go to work. Today I got an hour and a half, and I'm using a really big part of it to talk to you guys. And I literally did 160 stitches today. Usually it was literally just starting the diagonal. That is the whole thing here, 160 stitches. Usually I do 350, 375, so I get to like around here-ish. I'm not going to be able to do that before I go to work today. We are closing at 7 today instead of 9, so I might be able to like get those stitching hours back then. I also have to go to sleep later than usual because I have some stomach issues, which means I have to eat a very specific meal the night before a shift. Usually I don't get that, but because we close 2 hours early, I might be able to have a chance and just go to sleep an hour or two later than usual to not like disrupt the thing, which would also take away from stitching time tomorrow, but it's fine. That is not the part that stresses me out so much. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I don't really show emotions on my face. Or really on like with my tone of voice. But when I'm stressed, I'm restless. I don't know what to do with myself. And I tend to play with move my hands a lot more, which is probably why you're just seeing them all over the place. Um, yeah, it's, I mean, I'll deal with it. I'll go to those everything that I don't usually have, and I'll deal with it, but my God, is it going to be stressful. Also, on Sunday, there's a private lesson that I very stupidly suggested to a customer. I really should not have. Um, but I'm a helper. I love to help, even if I end up suffering from it. And I'm gonna end up having to suffer from it because, like, I'm already, if I get into any of those two jobs that I'm interviewing for, I'm gonna have to move my therapy appointment. I'm gonna have to move this private lesson. Either of them is not great, but at least my therapist is understanding enough, and that's not gonna be an issue. Um, but this is the first private lesson with this girl and this family, and like, I just know she's not gonna be into it because it's the whole generation that's like, I don't want to study, I just want to scroll. At least here in Israel. Might be different in other places. But it's an English lesson. She is going to be starting English next year, which is in like a little less than a month and a half. So the parents want her to be like prepared. So it's my job to prepare her. So yeah. I don't know how understanding they'll be if I tell them that I have to move it. And I don't even know what my work hours are gonna be if I get into any of those jobs. Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself. I am so stressed out. I'm so restless. I might have to go kiss the dog a little bit and pet him and like chill a little bit. Maybe think about something else. I haven't been able to write a work in like 2 weeks. And like today, it's not gonna be today. I'm not gonna be able to write today. I might be able to write tomorrow. I have to check who's working with me because the girl working with me today in the evening, she doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to be there. And you can see it in the way that she's working, in the way that she's talking to customers, in the way that she's doing anything that requires work. And I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to do the work of like two people because of it. And like, I don't mind it usually. I don't like customers, but I don't mind everything other than customers in this job, even though the rest of it is like physical work because books in Hebrew, I don't know why, but they're printing them heavier than English books. And yeah, so it's heavier, it's harder, it's more physical, and I'm gonna have to do it by myself. But again, I don't mind it, even if I do get hurt every time. I don't mind it as long as I don't have to deal with customers. But that's impossible because customers are demanding, and it's like I have this aura around me where it's like, I work here, let me help. And they just come directly to me even if I'm working and doing stuff and there's another employee standing next to me and not doing anything. It happened twice already in the past like month. I don't know why, and it's gonna keep happening because maybe it's because I've been here for over a year. So I am really proud of the fact that I actually lasted at a job more than 6 months, but the plan was got the job. Great, last 6 months and then start looking for another job because pension funds, and also personal record. But I've been looking for like the last 9 months, and even during those first 6 months at a job, And nothing. Just nothing. And then yesterday, I I looked. It was like my weekly, like bi-weekly. I check it twice a week. It was my bi-weekly search, and two places, well, actually one place representing two places, called me back, which, sorry, which is why I actually have two interviews on Tuesday. They wanted to do the interview today or tomorrow or Sunday or Monday, but work. Also, I'm autistic and I only have social battery for like one thing that requires interaction with anybody who's not living in the same house as me. And even then, it really depends on the interaction with the people who still live in the same house as me. So, yeah. It's not great. They don't know that I'm autistic, by the way. And there's a good chance I'm gonna blur it out in the job interviews. Please ignore my neck. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's the posture. Also, I'm starting to lose a little bit of weight. The neck is probably gonna be the last place to show it, so deal with this when the time comes. When I'm not working, I will try to hide this place because I don't like it at all. But I'm working and I cannot move this thing like at all, or I'm not gonna have to do the whole thing again. And when my hair is dry, it just doesn't stick as well to like the hairstyle. I did this when my hair was still wet, and it's still here. It doesn't matter how much I move, it's still there. It doesn't move. If I take it out, it's gonna move, and it's not gonna stick to itself, and I'm gonna have a much harder time putting it back up. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think that's it. Oh, I forgot to show you guys that I am missing a color. A few stitches here, one here, one here. Yeah, one here, one here, few here. This is color 910. It's the same deal as what 912 was with Ariel and Tiana. And the next time somebody goes in the area, I'm gonna ask them to bring me one. Not even any more black for like the next year or so. This is literally the entire black that I'm gonna need for both Mural and Poinsettia Pixie. There's like 20 skeins in here. Already used two of them since I bought this. On Mural, there's 34,000 stitches left of black. And then I need another 6-ish skeins for Poinsettia Pixie. So we're actually in really good shape, considering. I passed the halfway point, which actually gets me really excited about it. I completely forgot the plans for the rest of the year, so hold on. I reworked my Whipco board because I finished, there was like a 3-month issue that I had to fill because I finished Winx and I still had another month, finished Pokemon and I still had 2 months on it in the Whipco. So originally it was 6 like Whipco numbers for each of the then whips, which is Mural, Pokemon Winx, and Harmony. And 13 was the Pixie. Originally it was New Start, but then in February I adopted Poinsettia Pixie and I just changed it to Poinsettia Pixie. And then I finished Pokemon in March, the beginning of March. And it was after I did 1 month, like 2 Whipco numbers out of the 6. And then in April, I think it was, I finished Winx. I still had 2 more numbers on that. So Harmony, I did it in January, I think. I still have 4 more numbers on that, so 2 more months. don't know when that's gonna be, but 2 months. I did all, like, this month was the third month, like original month of mural. I added another month, so two more numbers. I added Poinsettia Pixie to two more numbers, and I added Pokemon for two more numbers. So that is another month on Poinsettia, another month on Pokemon. And in Pokemon, like I'm writing the now Pokemon, it's the second generation. It's Gen 2. Um, I want to start the second generation, like the following generation, the same year that I finished the previous generation. So when I finish Gen 2, it will be a couple months, but it will be within the same calendar year that I start 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, 7, 8. And when by then 9 should be out. I am staring at a mosquito. Go away. I've been plagued by mosquitoes lately. I don't know where they come from, but yeah, like my legs are just always itchy, always red, just so many mosquito bites. And we don't know where they come from, we don't know how to stop them, and everything we try just either doesn't last, it doesn't work, or it doesn't last long. Yeah, the only reprieve I actually have is at night, because there's this thing that I put in a, like, really close near the door. And I can't do that here because it's a much bigger space. So I'm really considering just wearing pants. Like, this is a dress, but I'm considering just wearing long pants for summer while I'm here, because they don't bite as much through the pants. Anyway, I have for the rest of the year, please, 1 month, 1 whole month, 3 whole numbers, 30 whole days of Poinsettia Pixie. Another month, or at least 20 days of mural, and another month of Pokemon, 20 days, and 2 months of Harmony, which I'll just like go with the flow with whatever the wheel decides. I'm gonna keep this in the frame. I'm gonna stitch on this until like August 1st. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to, well, kind of finish her, because this is the last one and I'm stitching like half of it. So it's like 2.5 diagonal. It's not bad to get to the end here, but then there's like all of this to catch up to it. So if I really put my mind to it, it's definitely not going to be, alright, it's not going to be next week at all. If I really put my mind to it, I can do it in like 6 days. It's like this Friday, this Saturday, however much I can get on Sunday, Monday before work, Tuesday maybe after the last interview, Wednesday before work, Thursday before work, and then Friday and Saturday, and like that might actually be going into August in that week. I have to check. Yeah, actually, Friday is the last day of July, and Saturday is August 1st. So maybe by next Friday I'll be able to finish her, and oh my god, that week's so stressful. But yeah, just whatever's left. Except maybe Pokemon, because I have to grid it first. So if I finish Jasmine before August starts, I'll just dedicate the time left in July to grid Pokemon, or at least get as much as I can off the grid, and kit up, and I might actually have to go shopping for some thread. I'll figure it out. It's going to be a very stressful week, but I'm going to figure it out. Worst case scenario, if I take a Pokemon for August, I'll just pick another whip and just like go on that kidding up trip when I can. I'll figure it out. I'm really sorry that this video ended up being so long and so all over the place and just me stressing out about it. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see an update next week about how the whole thing went, subscribe so you can be notified when my next video uploads. If you want to see what Jasmine looks like when she's done, subscribe so you can get notified about my next video. If you have anything to say, comment down below. I would absolutely love to have you subscribe, to have you comment, just anything. If you like this video, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.